She treats me like shit. I'm locked down like a penitentiary. She spreads her loving all over, and when she gets home, there's none left for me.
What's up, Bandidos? Tux says you're back, covering the Division 2 daily to help you milk every bit out of what this game has to offer. And today, we will be working with an SVD build, the SVD build you need for 2022, and that new exotic SVD that's coming down the pipeline. Let's go.
Accept it, Division. This is a war you can't win.
Sweet dreams are made of this.
What's up, Bandidos? Big day. We've had a big week. We're gonna have even bigger next few weeks as the PTS things start to develop and become revealed to us along the way. So today we're gonna be doing an SVD build. That's today's focus, and it's an absolute beast. You're gonna have fun with it right now, and this is the build you're probably gonna use throughout 2022 for that new exotic SVD that we've seen from the patch notes that are coming. Okay, first, if you like what I do and you want to support me and the Division 2, all you got to do is hit that like on this live stream right now. So please take a moment to click that little thumb. Also, if you haven't subscribed, do that now, and I'd appreciate you. Also, I just did a reaction video on the new game mode countdown. I put a link to that in the description area below this video, in the description area. So if you want to check out that countdown, it's a very short video. For about 5 minutes long, that kind of gives you just a walkthrough of what the game mode is right now. So early first impressions. Also, the last build I did is called the Merciless, and it's an absolute beast build. You got to try that one too. Dust off the Merciless, take that build for a spin. You will be surprised because that build is an absolute slapper. Okay, so hey, I do want to mention that I do have my game mode open. So if you are on my friend list, you can jump in. If you're not on my friend list, then you can add me and then send me a quick message, and then I will add you back and invite you into the game. So it'd be great to run this in a group scenario. I can definitely run it solo, but it is more fun in a group to show you what it can do because it's a great group support build. So anyways, if you're online and you want to roll with me, you can jump in right now. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the build, shall we, ladies and gents? It's a beautiful beast. It's really easy, and you guys will probably have all of these pieces laying around, or we'll be able to get to them relatively soon just by a little bit of farming, maybe a day or two. Depends on how the map treats us, right? Okay, cool. So this is built around this SVD, and this is just the classic paratrooper SVD, so it's not that hard to get. You do just, if you don't have one, farm MMRs in the open world or the summit. Now, what's really unique about this is its RPM. So it's got 260 RPMs, and that's really high for a sniper rifle. Most sniper rifles are around 50 to 60 RPMs. So the idea here is just to tear off the limbs and the head of your enemy, right? And so the difference between an SVD, it's gonna help you, it's gonna remind you of using like an M1A, okay, rifle. The difference is that it's got way more range and a lot more power. Now, the base weapon damage is 381,000, but what you gotta notice here is that the headshot damage, the base headshot damage, when fully rolled, will be at 112%. So that's the big win. Rifles only give you, I think, what is it, 12% crit damage in that slot? So you're getting a shit ton more headshot damage here, all right? Now, you're going to have to run Lucky Shot. And the reason why is because you're sort of spanning the trigger and you're gonna burn through ammo, and the game doesn't give you that much ammo for marksman rifles. So this is a unique setup, and you're gonna need to run Lucky Shot. It's gonna give you a bigger mag. It's also gonna return those bullets you miss while shooting from cover, which is all gonna help you save ammo, but also minimize reloads, which is really important. And so, and you're not gonna miss out on any damage. This thing is critting nearly 4 million. All right, so I got the digital scope. I'm sort of so-so on it. It gives you a little extra headshot damage. You don't have to use it. You can use anything like the 8x scope or the 12x scope. Those will all work for this setup. I almost prefer the 12x scope because it's got the crosshairs and it's, you know, drops you by 10% headshot damage. But for me, it's just, I don't know, it feels a little bit smoother, but that's a personal preference, not a fact. And then we got damage to targets out of cover. So we got extra rounds here. And then for the mods, we have stability. And that's important. And the way this build set up is we did a lot of testing. So definitely take a look at how this build is set up. And we got some tricks for you here, I guess, basically. You know, some things that'll help you become a more efficient killer. So you're gonna wanna run sharpshooter because that's gonna give you, basically it's gonna help you generate a little bit more ammo, but also gives you that breathe control, some additional headshot damage. And so it's really ideal for rifles. Now, the other key part to this build is focus. So you don't have to run perfect focus, but that's going to give you an extra 10% weapon damage, basically. So that's 60% total weapon damage when you stay in scope. And then it's also happens to be on a marksman rifle piece, Heraldi, for another 10%. So really, this is giving you 70% weapon damage, 10 up front, 60 from stacks. And then all the pieces should basically look like this. You want weapon damage, crit damage, and weapon handling. You want to put that on every piece. All right. So in order to be able to do that, you want to run the Coyote's mask. And so this is a crit build. And the Coyote's mask is allowing us to roll less crits on their build so that we can put more crit damage and weapon handling on the build. And so because we're playing basically over 25 meters, we're going to be getting that 25% critical hit chance buff. And so if you look at the stats, that's gonna push that to 57% crit chance, and then we'll stay at 140% crit damage, and we're okay with that because we got so much damage coming from focus. This thing just slaps. Again, almost 4 million, and we're just melting bosses. Melting them. Okay, so the backpack, I got Cheska, and I'm sort of like okay with this piece. If I had a better Grupo or something like that, then I would go with it. But and so really, because I would want one of these slots to be weapon handling, and it's not. And the weapon handling is fine where we have it, but I would like it a tick higher. Anyways, but we got vigilance, and then we got the Petrov gloves, and I put weapon handling here. We got the Fox's Bird knee pads. I got weapon handling here. Now you don't want to put the Sawyer's knee pads. Okay, you want to be able to move a little bit, move around a little bit. Also, it hurts to lose those slots, you know, because it's got like explosive resistance and health slots on that Sawyer's knee pad, and you know, the weapon handling damage to targets out of cover is definitely more helpful for this build. And then we got a Grupo here, again with more weapon handling. So the skills, don't worry about those, go with whatever, but you do need some sort of heals. There's no armor on kill here. And so for heroic stuff, that's pretty good. For legendary, it's okay too, but for legendary solo, if you're gonna take this legendary solo, it's definitely got the power to do that. So the only thing is that it is kind of annoying because you are a little bit squishy, so you can burn through armor kits, but it's got so much power, we can adjust through that. And that's what I want to do today. I want to take a little time to basically tweak this into, morph it into something a little bit different along the way. So who's joined us? VL is in the house. Thanks, man. Hey, if anybody else wants to jump in on me, morning, hey, Tony. Anthony DeMar, what up? Then you're welcome to jump in. So I will leave my screen up here for a little bit. As you can see, my username is in the top left. It is DeathCap3412. If you're not already on my friends list, all you have to do is shoot me a quick message, and then I will add you as a friend and then invite you to the game. So, but I will quickly show you what this thing does and the range, and then we'll go out and just have a little bit of fun, and then we'll start coming back into the lab to tweak it for solo legendary. Now, for group legendary, you're good to go. But for solo, you either need a little bit of armor on kill or some stronger heals or armor regen or something like that. And we got so much power, you got a lot to pull from. Jay Beta, what's going on? Randy Savage, thank you for being first. Thank you for being early. Thank you everybody who watched the video, the premiere on the new game mode called Countdown. So I appreciate all of you guys for doing that. And then wandering over here as well. And let's see who else has joined us. Anthony DeMar, Mr. Detective. What up, everybody? Jay Wilsey, Wellington Carlos, Anthony DeMar. We got all the homies, including Hotel Tango. What's good? Let's see what he says. Another stars are like, in the game mode, I'd like an incursion feel for free Division 1. Yeah. Hotel Tango, that's pretty much right. It is like an incursion, basically, kind of feel. It's like a mini raid. That's sort of what it feels like. So yeah, I checked out Identity's stream this morning. He had a real early one. So, but you know, I was also watching some streams early. I think I started on the how do you say, the Asian time zones. That's how early I've been watching the PTS going. So I got some streams out of Korea and some streams out of Japan, some streams out of Germany. So I've been seeing a little bit of here and a little bit there. So Anthony, what's up, man? Oh, you're stuck in a plane? Well, at least you got a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Division 2, bring the Division 2 where you go. Anton, what's up, man? Shooter Dark Knight, what up? I always run on the Xbox. I always run on the Xbox. And that's mostly because for computer, I'm a Mac user. So it's not really conducive for video games. And plus I don't want to try to work on a character on you know what I mean? Multiple characters on oh, that would drive me insane. No, Base Connor, I do not sleep. Absolutely not. Sleep is for the weak. No, actually, that's why I wear this mask, because I have a twin brother, and so he covers the nighttime hours, the graveyard shift. Okay, so let me show you some quick numbers again. If anybody's interested in joining me and BL as we go and slaughter some stuff, we'd really like to have you guys aboard. Not all good. Okay, so again, you can move around. So the only thing you need to build stacks on is the focus. But remember, you're getting so much damage, you don't really need to worry about being at full stacks or whatever. So if you're at full stacks, great. If you're not, then great. You know, but what's really cool about this build is that, look at this ad. So 3.835, 3.835, 3.835. I mean, and so that is at this rate of fire. And so basically the strategy is to not really go for the head so much unless you got a good shot, but sort of what you want to do is just tear apart their body and then kind of sneak in 1 or 2 headshots. Those 1 or 2 headshots will cut them down so fast that even the biggest and tankiest of bosses or tankiest of elites just get shredded apart. Okay, and so you'll see that in this gameplay. So it's a lot of fun. It's really overpowered, to be honest. And this was a really popular build back in the day. Especially for raids, I think is where it was, I guess, most used. And now I get it, you know, and now I get it. Wellington Carlos, appreciate it, man. Hit that like button, banditos. Don't forget to hit the like. Never forget to hit the like. Easiest way to support me. What was that? See that lamp just kind of... Did you see that lamp just kind of move? Like something hit it? Was that a bird that hit it? It was something weird, right? Like I just came out here and something hit that lamp and then whatever it was on the floor and then disappeared a second later. Anyway, it's super strange. So what's really cool about this build, I mean, definitely run it solo. It's great to run it solo. And I do want to say that, you know, we got that new content that's coming out, right? And one of the new exotics is an SVD. And I think it's the one that's probably going to put out the most DPS out of all those exotics. But, I mean, 2 shots on that yellow. And that yellow action guy, that garbage can yellow dude, whatever you call that faction, they're actually really tanky. And so you'll see that, but nobody's going to look tanky to us. You know what I mean? They're all going to look really squishy with this build. But what I was going to say is that you can play this solo, but it's really fun in group because it's an excellent support build. Now, I don't mean support build like status effects or CC or, you know, bonus armor. No, I mean DPS support. So you're a killer and a really efficient one. As a matter of fact, I would bet that you come out to be have the highest kills when you're running in a squad in missions, whether that's legendary or not. And so, but what's really cool about it is that you can sit back from far out and your squad can be all over the place. You know, if you got 3 other players or even 7 other players with the new game mode, right? And you can protect all of them from a single position, you know, if you got good line of sight. And so if you see this guy getting overrun over there, you can take out the guys that are that he's, you know, facing off with, or you can cover the other guy over here too, and you'll see that here. And so I'm gonna, so watch me protect VL. I'll do my best to do that. But oh, another thing, one shot takes out control points. You do have to watch your ammo a little bit, so try to go for those key shots. Like headshots. If you can, and so that's why handling is in there. I know we are playing a little bit deeper. So, you know, we got tiny targets, but if we had more players, I'd play in a little closer. See, this thing is a beast. Oh, I hope you guys could tell from where you're sitting. I mean, they don't have a chance. They don't. You know, what's funny is that I've never used an SVD build, really. I think I picked it up a few times, you know, a long time ago. Kind of gave it a whirl, but like quickly moved on. You know, so I didn't really create a build for it, a particular build for it. And this one was tweaked. Okay, so I want you to know that we started with brace. Do not run brace with this build. You can, but you're missing out on 2 million on crit if you go that route. That's kind of a lot. You know what I mean? And so, so we started with brace, but I realized that by putting the weapon handling in some of the crit slots, bringing the crits down, allowed me to bring in focus, and focus meant more than the crits on the build. So it was much more efficient to go that route. So don't go brace. We tried that. That's where we started, and it felt good. It felt great. I was like, oh yeah, this build rocks, and we were done. And it turns out that you can go so much more, put on so much more damage. So also, this is a really good build for the current activities, which is headshots and weak points, because you can break weak points with a single shot. And see how we're able, I mean, we're helping him and we're not even in that room, you know? I think he's super tanky, which is good. We can check out his build in a minute. DL puts on good builds, by the way, so it's fun to run with. We need more targets. So, but yeah, so this is why, you know, whatchamacallit, lucky shot is really important, because I don't worry about like wasting ammo when I'm missing, you know, because I'm getting those rounds back. See how fast that boss went down at distance? Alright, let's get out of here. So you don't want to play too close. I mean, you can play closer in. I mean, you don't have to play as far as I am, but you can play from like 15 meters out. 25 is obviously best. So, you know, we can run upstairs here too. I don't mind. But this is why I like not having the knee pads, because it gives you a little more freedom. His build is perfect for this, because he kind of just distracts him as I shoot him in the back, you know, kind of thing. Actually, a really good build for this combo. grenade coming from me. Watch the grenade turn. Luckily, I waited. Nobody can take it. I mean, look at our health too, right? I mean, we're not even taking any shots back here. Got one guy to pull aggro, and you just cut them down like they're little sad trees. This is definitely on Tux's recommended must-try list, guys. And I say that about a lot of my builds, but I just can't help it. You know what I mean? They are fun. I am having fun with this one. It's cool because it kind of consumes you. You know, you kind of get in there, get a little focus, and just... So definitely this setup is stronger than glass cannon, in case you're wondering. You don't need to run glass cannon. One shot takes out weak points, so that's how that happened. Let's cut down that boss. Take out that weak point, one shot weak point. So if you just land one shot on that head, then you'll watch their health just go down. There we go. 5 million. 5.8 million on the head right there. That was 5.8 million. That was beautiful. I don't know why. It must have been some sort of buff, but that's higher than we got into range. What build is he running? He gave us some sort of buff there. Yo, no, we don't have a buff. For some reason, we just... You know? I don't see any buff because this doesn't give us any buff. So that's weird. What do you guys think? Rock and roll? No, base Connor. Funny thing is, you can get headshot kills with the turret. And so I've never noticed any headshot damage differentiators, but you can, like, for example, this is the best answer I have, which might be kind of confusing, but is that, like, when I'm running Headhunter, the talent, and then I get my Headhunter stack. Good job, BL. Beautiful work, man. Good. We played in concert there, so very nice. I'll notice, so when I get my Headhunter stack going, I'll notice that sometimes my turret that I use as a decoy will steal it from me. You know what I mean? Like, it'll acquire that headshot. So, but I don't know if it's taking the damage or if it's just taking the headshot. You know what I mean? So I haven't seen any turret headshot kill at, like, you know, 50 million or something crazy like that. But I want to say yes. The answer is yes, because if it could take my Headhunter, then it can. But you can hear it get the headshot kills too, right? It go whoosh, it makes that, you know, that squishy, that head got squished sound. CD Stanley. Ooh, good. Oh, that's a rifle. So there's other rifles that are similar to this. You see that this one's also a high RPM, and it's got even better accuracy and stability. You know, I'll pick this one up because we want to try different versions to see if there's any that are just as good as the SVD, and I've been trying. Wick the Swede is in the house. What up, Wick the Swede? But, you know, I haven't been impressed by any other one. The SVD, even though they look better on paper, these other ones, because they'll have better handling and a bigger mag. But the SVD does usually have higher damage, base weapon damage, but also it's, for some reason, it just performs better. Like, even though it shows that it has worse handling, it feels like it has better handling. And that's just maybe the shot pattern, the recoil pattern. It's what I mean, literally the pattern, not the level of recoil. And so that could be that happens to me on certain weapons, you know, like, for example, the CTAR on paper has less handling than the Police M4, but the Police M4 let me say it this way, the CTAR feels like it's better, even though technically the Police M4 is better on paper. So well, I don't know. Base Connor's in the house. Warrior Cowboy, where have you been, man? Haven't seen you in a little while. But good to have you back. Good to have you back. So yeah, so we got new content, guys. It's in testing phases. Lots of new stuff. We're just tip of the iceberg right now, you know. So and it's a little confusing. because you know not everything's fully developed. But whoa, OG Dancing Bear, man, you want to come play with us? Are you in the house? Jump on in, man. My game's open to friends right now. We need more Xbox players. I want to show how this does in group. But basically, fear nobody. Fear nobody. You got better accuracy, you got better stability, you got better range and power. So you can fear absolutely nobody. I mean, look at that, right? Look at that. You are kind of squishy, so you don't want to get too rushed, but you can, you know, it's nothing to be scared of. When they come up on you, you just mow them down on approach. This would be a fun one to beat dudes in the Dark Zone too. You know, unfortunately, I'm not in the Dark Zone, so I don't go in the Dark Zone too much, so I can't say that for sure. But I suspect, you know, I feel sorry for anybody that was trying to come up on you. You know what I mean? Because you would just rip them apart. I shouldn't be focusing on this guy right now, but I just can't help it. Should be supporting BL down there. So watch that ammo. We're at 85 right now. So we need to pull in because I can't get a good shot for VL. Later, player. Play on, player. Right on, OG. My man. You don't really want to be out of cover like this. Let me, it's not that kind of build, you know what I mean? They're everywhere, upstairs and downstairs. Hello. Take care of it, Mr. The dream in there. See that? We're not even in the room. Just destroyed that boss. Destroyed him. I mean, that's the part that I like. I like the bosses here like, when they come in because it's like, wow, they're nothing. They're nothing to us. Let's get some more ammo. And also you got your TAC 50 too, so don't be afraid to use that. Go get some elevation. Swag King in the house, my man. Got some more support. That fog is dumb right there. So this is what I mean. So I want to show you a group because I want to show you how well you can support your team from, you know, from different locations. You guys can, I mean, you're covering a lot of ground because you're using another sniper. I mean, these guys, you can stop them before they even come in. Right on, Dancing Bear in the house. My man, full squad up. Thanks guys for kicking it. So if you haven't seen that that reaction video to the new game mode, so where I reveal some stuff, but what do you guys think about the hunters in there? That's kind of cool, right? I like that part. I love the hunters. I'm really excited about that. So one thing though, I gotta say, the only thing that I was really, a couple of things, I guess, two things that I was sort of have been disappointed. Well, three, maybe there's three. Maybe there's three things. Montez in the house. Yeah, no, this is a must-have build. You gotta have this one. Everybody's gotta have it. You're gonna need it. You need this build, and the reason why is because there's a new exotic SVD coming with the new update. The update is just about 6 to 8 weeks out if everything is on track. So now is the time to be playing the game, and I'm gonna put out a new video on exactly why. But one of the reasons, if you're in Texas Players Club, I did put out a list on what the things you should be doing right now to prepare for new content. Things that I do myself when new content is on the way. But you really need to organize your stuff. Like things, just like a quick tip here, like, you know, as you see things that are being nerfed and buffed, then you basically want to start farming for that gear now, so that you can take advantage of those new pieces right when they drop. Okay, an example is that spotter is going to be basically one of the go-to talents, and so you want to go and get as many chess pieces with spotter on it as you can. You know what I mean? Or that will be ideal for spotter. And there's also going to be a, of course, perfect spotter too, but those aren't always ideal. The perfect version, so don't have to always rely on that. Also, there's going to be new assault rifle talent. There's going to be new weapon talents, I will say. New weapon talents, backpack talents, new opportunistic. So you want to farm everything with opportunistic. And then you want to purge all the stuff that's being nerfed, and you just know that's like, oh, that's really going to suck. But now, nothing is final right now, so I'm not saying you need to do that today, but over the coming weeks, as we learn more, there will be a recommended list of things to do. And so I'll make sure that I keep sending those out to the Players Club, so stay tuned for that. Keep your notifications turned on. If you're not part of the Players Club, be sure you join in so you don't miss out. You just click that join button below. Also, the latest classified build is that Savage Wolverine build. Basically the best Savage Wolverine build in the game, in my opinion, and probably yours too after you try it. So if you want to check out that new classified build and at the same time support me in the Division 2, then join on in. Click that join button. Join us. We'd love to have you. So yeah, watch the community come back to life. So people have already started coming back to cover the Division 2 again. Guys that used to cover the Division 2 but left to other games. So you saw them come back today and yesterday, starting to do new videos and stuff like that. So there'll be more of that. But also players. We'll watch the player base grow massively over the coming weeks. That's not going to all happen like today because, again, we're only in PTS testing. But, like, as we get closer to Season 9 dropping, you'll see a bunch more players. Oh, gee, no, I saw you send me the message, but I haven't seen it yet, man. I haven't seen it. But it sounds like you got it worked out, huh? Yeah, like, for example, the Night Watcher. Good one, Simon. Like, so, yeah, that's a piece you should be farming for. The Gila Guard named mask, Night Watcher. So that's going to be a key piece for the new things that are coming out. Also, but I think they're going to be promoting a little bit more towards the hybrid side of things, because so there might be some skill tiers involved so that you can run the spotter drone or whatever, some sort of pulse, because there's that new mask that's also going to be pretty badass for DPS builds. And so if you want to use the new DPS mask, you're not going to want to run the Gila mask. So things like that, you know, I don't know, lots of builds to explore. Who knows? But here's the thing, you know, I invite you to watch that video, but like some of the things that I hope would be different when the PTS is done is, it looks like it's a little too easy. You know what I mean? Like, clearing these enemies is just not that difficult. They're saying that it's similar to like discovery mode on like a raid, which is pretty easy, right? So the hardest enemies in the game are legendaries. So don't be confused by that. Hardest enemies in the game are legendaries. So And then raid enemies are probably closer to like challenging level difficulty, in my opinion. I mean, maybe heroics, but mostly challenging. So yeah, I hope they make it a little bit more difficult. I think that could be a thing. And so, I mean, it's definitely focused on, of course, quantity of enemies. That's part of it. But I mean, and you do see people going down, but it's mostly just because they're playing out of cover and running around like crazies. You know what I mean? Not because the enemies are actually like difficult. Just not being smart, basically. The other thing that's disappointing is that it seems like it's also too fast to clear. Now, that might be because, again, that's probably related to the enemies being so easy. So if the enemies are difficult, it might take longer. But anyways, you can clear this thing in 10 minutes with a highly organized squad without even trying. You know what I mean? Just being a little bit more organized. But random match makes, they're doing it in about 15 to 20 minutes. So that's, you know, I think I think you want to really be engaged, right? And to be engaged, I think sometimes, you know, if the mission's really short, it's hard to capture you. These guys are all hiding. It's kind of annoying. Got him. One-shot weak points is why you want, one reason why you wanted to run this build. It's amazing how it just destroys these weak points. Look at that, one bullet and they all go down. And so that's why if you're trying to do that, so right now it's the Huntsman League. So if you go into your seasons and then you go into Huntsman's League, you can see that your tasks are weak points and headshot kills. So I got all 250 headshot kills in a single session, guys. And then weak points, we're at 121. I'm just not focusing on those. It's amazing. One shot weak points. Behind this, it looks like they're coming. Watch those grenades. Look at that, you fucking got me, you bastard. I hate when they come up from behind us like that. It's really annoying. No, man. This SVD is a beast. You should run it. I'm glad you are, Axion. You're going to love it, man. Tux guarantee it is a fun one. I mean, and also because I realize that, like, not everybody's... Oh, no, we lost our key decoy. Because I realize, like, not everybody's going to be, we'll come get you. Hopefully we can, was that BL that we lost or the officers? Both, huh? Shit. See if we can get the... Is VL still down there? Can you see him? And not everybody likes the run and gun playstyle that's really aggressive that I do, right? And so then at the same time, I put out these sniper builds that are obviously more kick back and relaxed. But a lot of people kind of get frustrated with how precise you have to be, right? Now this one plays out more like a rifle build, but it's a sniper build. But you don't have to be precise, and that's why you're really good being a really good support player. Because if you, like for example, you can support with the sniper too, like the Mantis or the Nemesis, right? Or the White Death. But the thing about those builds is that if you miss your shot, you're not supporting it. So let's say, you know, your homie is down there getting tag teamed by a couple of pain in the ass NPCs, and you miss your shot, your homie goes down. You know what I mean? But with this one, you can spam the trigger and just cut those guys apart, and there's not as much pressure on actually landing the shot. So it's a better support build. It is better support build for most players in the game. And you can play at distance from a single spot without moving to support the entire battlefield. So, and then so I like it especially for a group build because you got your guys that are kind of taking the aggro for you, and you just kind of kick back. And so I think that's a really nice way to play it. So from up here, I got good line of sight. You can just cut all these guys into pieces, you know? So VL is the server there. Get down there, get him in everybody bonus armor, and taking aggro, so it's perfect. You know what I mean? It's a perfect little combo. And so that's what you want on your build, on your team. You want a guy that, I mean, it's nice to have a tank, but somebody playing the short range at least, not necessarily a tank, but somebody playing inside. You don't want everybody running deep with you. You know what I mean? It's okay to have 2 players running deep. That's okay. But like the other 2 players you want on the inside, or one really heavy tank. You can do that too. If you have one really heavy tank, basically like VL Jack, but even like a bulwark guy, you know, then that's also a really good guy to have on your team. One shot those weak points, right? See, I don't like the scope that I use because sometimes I accidentally zoom in, and you don't want to be too zoomed in because then you'll miss all your shots. If you try to run this without handling, you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, it's got a kick on it. I mean, look at them. We're fucking neutering them. There's nothing left. Well, they're dying before they come across that thing. I mean, these are elite, a full squad elite group of elites, guys. We're not, you know what I mean? I'm not playing solo here. This is a full squad of elites. 4-man team, scaled up. Trust me, these guys are tanky. They just don't look like it. And let's cut this boss apart. Watch, we're scoped up, right? Just get one headshot in on him and he will just fall to pieces. I love this build. Is there more coming? This isn't the PTS, my man. I did cover the video. Look in the, actually, I'll grab the link for you guys as I post it up here. I'll show the build too. But I did a video on the PTS already this morning. Sort of a kind of a reaction video. It's short, about 5-minute bid. And I play on Xbox, so I actually don't do the PTS myself. You have to be on a PC to do that, unfortunately. And they did cover why. It's because you got to actually get Xbox and Sony, Microsoft and Sony approval in order to, you know, for them to host a PTS, and then it becomes like a big national ordeal, you know, international ordeal. So that's why they don't do it. But yes, there is a new, thank you for asking, but there is a new exotic SVD. Now, I didn't create this build originally for that. I actually created this build just before that announcement had come out. And so it was just sort of a coincidence, but a really good coincidence. So I created this build because I actually came across, for 2 reasons. One is that I came across this SVD. I got a really good drop on it, and I was like, oh, I need to do an SVD build. I'll do that. I haven't run one of those. And then also, I really wanted to do a build for this pristine example. So as you guys know, on my sniper builds, I really like Headhunter. So the only time to use focus is really like on an assault rifle, or an SVD build for me. But some people like focus for sniper builds. I just don't. Headhunter is so powerful. But and so those are the 2 reasons that I created this. And then it just so happens that there's that exotic SVD. And I do recommend you use this build setup as your template for that. Probably will want to make a couple of changes because there's some nice pieces that might complement this that are coming to us that will be new. But you don't need armor on this build. And if you're running it in team play, you don't need armor on kill or any extra heals. You can afford it though if you wanted to, because it's really powerful. But the only reason why I would really change it is if you're gonna solo legendary I think you could use a little more healing power, so you could just simply swap out one of these crit mods for heals, or add armor on kill, or add, you know, one of these pieces. Like instead of running Araldi, you can run an Alp Summit with focus, regular focus on it, or something like that. You know what I mean? So don't worry about having perfect focus either. It's a nice piece because it's an Araldi piece, but we don't really. It's not like you got so much damage. You're gonna do all right. So we got R and K, D and H, or knee pads. Kind of thinking knee pads. Kind of thinking arcade too, just because we need to clear that zone. But we'll do knee pads first. George Allen! Yeah, did you run? Yeah, you could run 4 pieces, aces, and 8s on this too. The only reason why I'm not is because you don't really need any more headshot damages so much. The new exotic SVD that we know right now will actually give you an extra 30% weapon damage as well as an additional headshot damage on stacks. So this build right now, stats-wise, is its max crit chance, 139% crit damage, and 187% headshot damage. So you don't really need any more headshot damage. You want those body shots with this build to really count. And that's because you got a high RPM, which means you want to use that high RPM, and you can't really unload that high RPM on the head. If you did, then you would need to, if you wanted to, you would do that. You need to add more handling. And so that's all possible. It's all very possible to do that. And I don't know if it's any good or not. I couldn't tell you. But you would have to obviously be more accurate. You'd be having a lot more misses. It could be a very fun way to go though. But for this, I like being able to land those body shots and them to matter in the millions. You know what I mean? Hitting in the millions on the body. Here's a good spot. I always run into the snitch here. It's almost here every day for me. In this creepy corner. Creepy. Mr. Flyrook! What up, Parker? Yeah, and you do want to run it with, I just read your comment there, Destroyer. You do want to run it with, well, that's an interesting group of guys, isn't it? Is that, let's get rid of that. It's a weird group. Ah, you got me with that shit. Let me heal her up real quick. Watch our backs, they can be coming from all sides. Ah, what the fuck? Something hit me. Where'd I get? Oh, there's a Tusk guy right there. That bitch, I didn't see her. I was like, what hit me? Look at it, just that's a Widowmaker just going around killing the whole team. She's so annoying. She literally killed 2 of us. That's so annoying how the Widowmakers, they make them really hard to kill. And Jesus Christ, now it's a fucking drone lady. Oh my god. I need to move. That's annoying. I mean, like, there's... Why is she sending her drones at us? There's, like, other bad guys to deal with, right? Shit, somebody coming for me? I hear footsteps. Yeah, there is. Get him up before a grenade lands on my face. Oh, I hate when that happens. Like, there's my fucking turret out there. Okay, let's rip him apart. It's pretty tanky. Gotta say, no, normally I would have gone for his weak point because again, you can one-shot weak points, but I just didn't have a good sight on it. See, that has 2 weak points we took out with 2 bullets. $8 million on non-crit right there. Somebody just buffed us. We just hit 8 million. It wasn't even a crit. Pretty amazing how that medic was, how accurate he was on me. And I'm pretty, considering I'm a sniper. And I got, oh, I didn't even show you guys the handling on this build. Look at the handling on this build. I got 77% stability with all those mods. You want it too, trust me. It allows you to shoot fast. We'll take a look at everybody's builds after this control point. They're running some cool stuff. I think OG Dancing Bear is running a, watch my back, OG. Take out that turret. Gold turret, gold turret. Good job. It's down. Okay, watch VL's back now. So VL's taking aggro, so we need to cover him basically. Fuck. That's bullshit. Tim Healy, you're late, man. That's a demerit. King Arthur in the house. Brian Ling, what up, man? Just showing off this really cool new build you guys are gonna love. Look at them all hiding. They're all suppressed. One shot weak points. Beautiful. We're gonna get that weak point today. Come on, buddy. I'm gonna call this build Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph SVD. Comes our Jefe. VLs is up there causing trouble, huh? Just up there annoying them, running around, being all super tanky. Basically what he's doing is he's pulling them out of cover so that we can do that. So solo that sits out of 3.8 million, a little bit higher. And as a group, I guess sky's the limit. We need better line of sight. This sucks down here. I'll be in. The problem is that we're down here and they're up there. It sucks. We gotta move. There's the boss. There's that guy. All right. Pick up some ammo and just hold it down. Amun Ra, what's up, man? No idea what's going on, Tim. So today we're focused. Right now we're focusing on this SVD build, but I did do just for those of you that are joining in. I did do a video this morning on the new PTS. So yeah, there's a new game mode that was released today as part of that PTS, and it's called Countdown, and it's pretty cool. It's not perfect, but it's just really nice to see something that's really really new for us to do. It's got targeted loot system in there that you can change, you can customize, just like the summit. So that alone excites me. Obviously there's new gear, but they haven't officially released that stuff yet. So you can't see it in the game mode, but it's not, they're not focusing on it right now. Look at that, look at that. I mean, just neutering them. Those are elites, guys. Fully loaded elites, too. Let's clear that boss. There it is. Easy peasy. I'll throw the build up for you to look at. Eric, Unfrettable. What's up, man? Thank you for joining Tux's Players Club. That's where it's at. And really good level for you to choose to. True Bandido. So True Bandidos get access to those secret classified builds. If you don't know what I'm talking about, secret builds are, or these classified builds are extra builds I make as a thank you. They truly are a thank you for supporting me and the entire Division 2 community. That's what kind of keeps us going here a little bit. So thank you for supporting me, Eric, man. I really do appreciate it. So if you want to get how to find those builds, so if you just, and basically in every video I put out, even if it's a live stream, in the description area, I will put links to things like the last classified build, or for Hardcore Bandido, last gamer music playlist I put out. But the other way to find all those classified secret builds or members only content is just by going to my YouTube homepage. My YouTube channel homepage, and right at the top there's a members only playlist. It's right at the top. There's a recent just released, and then right below that is it says members only playlist, and all of that stuff is there. So you can I recommend starting at the most recent classified secret build and then work your way backwards. And the most recent one is called Savage. It's a ton of fun. Yeah, this build does stagger. And if you want to be cool like Eric, Unfrettable, and join Tux's Players Club, it's really easy. All you got to do is click that link that is in the chat feed at the top. It's pinned. It's also dropping in the feed. And then if you're watching this on the replay, that link is also in the description area below. Anyways, really cool. But you have to have Lucky Shot, though, guys. If you don't have Lucky Shot, then you will run out of ammo. And that's the only build's weakness, really, is you can run out of ammo, even with that. So, especially if you're solo, when you're playing in group, not so much, because you got support, other people putting out damage too. Also buffing you. Biko, happy Friday, brother. What's up, my man? So we will go to this next control point here. But man, I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. I mean, this is what we've been working towards. You know what I mean? Not just this build, but I mean like the new game mode stuff, the new gear. I mean, this is what I've been trying to keep you guys strong too, I guess, is another way to put it. You know what I mean? Like keep you guys motivated and positive, and I hope it's been working, and I think it has. A lot of you guys have expressed your appreciation. I appreciate you back, and you guys do a lot to support me. And again, if you're just not following me and discovering me, I gotta say the easiest ways to support me, even if you're not going to join Tux's Players Club, I still love you. But what you need to do is just hit the like, watch my content, try the builds, give feedback. I love that stuff. But it also, the more you do that, then the more the community sees my stuff, and just that means you're supporting me and the community. So I really appreciate that. That's all you got to do. Hit the like, watch my videos, comment. Appreciate that. And then if you're open to joining the Players Club, we'd love to have you, but no requirements there. Also, we do have a Discord. There's no cost to that, and you should definitely be taking advantage of it. It's the one of the best places to be for the Division 2, for extending your Division 2 experience outside of the game itself. But real live community. If whether you want to talk about builds or group up for raids or group up for other content, that's a good spot. Also, if you're a member, Tux's Players Club, I do have a members only channel there. for people in the Players Club. So if you want me to pimp a build, that's a good spot to go. You could go there and show me your build and ask me to pimp it. And if it's a build that's worthy for the community, then I'll actually do it over a live stream and we'll do it together and have a lot of fun doing so. I do have I do have a couple of other ones. That's a really good point. So I'm collecting them. Not the problem is like the versions I'm getting like aren't always perfect, but I do have like let me see here. I do have one of those. So here it is, SOCOM MK20, like you're saying, and they're attractive. I noticed that. I mean, they are weaker, but they look better on paper. But they do. I mean, this one, its range isn't as far, and so you can't sit back as far. And I think for legendary, that'd be really important to be able to sit back. But they look better on paper with handling. Plus, they have a bigger mag, so you might not need whatchamacallit, lucky shot, but you probably do because ammo will be an issue. So even though your mag is bigger, you probably will have actually run out of ammo. But anyways, yeah, I do want to try those. Actually, we will try those. I got a couple that worth trying, you know, at least in the range. But I tried another one, like the G8 looks really good on paper, but it turns out the G8 just didn't perform as well. For me, it just felt different, but on paper, it was like, oh, it's only a little bit weaker, and the handling is so much better, you know? But when it came down to using it, the SVD just felt better, even though the G20 looked better on paper, except for the damage bar. And I think a lot of that, like I was saying earlier, is like it's the recoil pattern. It's not so much the stability, it's like the way it shoots, right? Every gun has a unique pattern, a cadence. God, it's annoying that somebody's shooting at me from like, I don't know where. And it's just like, it's a purple guy over there. And that's just amazing that he's hitting me because I'm so far away from him. Oh, Dancing Bear's in trouble. Let's save him. Wow, you juked really good, that guy. So you do have to have some situational awareness here because you are looking down scope. So you're pretty focused on what's ahead of you. So make sure you watch your mini map there, see who's flanking you. We lost both our guys. But I think this build also helps you like go faster as far as completing content because you don't have to move and you don't have to chase guys down. You can just, you know, clear them all out from a single spot. The only catch is you got to get them to come out of cover. You know what I mean? Because they often, I find they get pinned down, suppressed basically. And then you're sitting there watching them as they're all hiding from you basically. That's all that's happening. Oh, I hate the scope. The scope I'm using sucks. It accidentally zooms in all the time. It's getting me killed. God, I hate that dizzy thing. So they added that to the shield, right? So one of the nerfs that came to the shield is that when it breaks, you get dizzy, and it really sucks to get dizzy. and those guys are far away right now. This thing's got a really far, one of the farthest ranges out of all of them too, I noticed, of the fast marksmen. It's got the longer range. Most of them, the other fast ones shut down at like about 80 meters, and this one goes 100 and beyond. Do not step close to me. That was a headshot kill too. 4.2 million right there. You can use the 8x scope too, so you don't have to use the scope that I'm working on using for this to work. You know, I just like the crosshairs. That's why I chose it. But you can use the 8x scope as well, and it's got less zoom on it if you want to play a little tighter. If you want to play tighter, that's the only change you have to make. Really, is just run the 8x scope. Way out there. Oh, look, a whole squad waiting to die. Right on. I'll take that opportunity. That one-shot weak point stuff is amazing. So I just took out 3 weak points right there, at least 2. That might be the best thing about the build, I gotta say. So easy to blow those weak points. That's kind of a big deal. Not just because it happens to be one of the objectives right now, but it makes it easier for fighting squads of guys. To know that just one bullet will take out that weak point is pretty cool. Oh, I'm out of ammo. See what I was saying? And that's sort of my fault because I was playing out of cover a little bit. And spamming bullets out of cover, and that's a problem. So if you play from cover, then you get some of your misses back, right? God damn it. Who's shooting at me? Feels like it's coming from behind. Something weird. Oh. Got it. 4.7 million on that head. There it is. Good job, ladies and gents. We did it. Absolute beast of a build. Now, from here, we can start toying with it to see how it performs. I'll show you the build here, Matt, in a second. What up, common item? What's up, my man? Ooh, that's a nice glove. Some of these in case somebody needs it. VL Jack, good job, brother. Let's show everybody what VL Jack was running. He had a cool little build. He might be taking off. So super tanky team support build. All hazard pro. But he's mostly giving us that bonus armor, that leadership right there. That's his build. And then Swag King is, I think he's running a Mantis. Nice, very nice. Mantis crit build. All right. All right, glass cannon. That's the new way to run it. I like it. And then Inspect or OG. OG's running and the same thing in SVD. He's running Ranger on his, and that's because he's also probably using this light machine gun from time to time. So, otherwise, he's got it. Perfect focus, weapon handling, not weapon handling. Good job, man. He did a pretty good job with this. He's running the LMG backpack. That's different, and then he's got more accuracy there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. Let's see what your stats look like. 26. So a little low on crit chance, though. You probably need to run that Coyote's mask. But I remember you saying you don't have a good one. So I got that. 105% stability, though. Holy crap. That's a beast. I like what you've done. So let me show you the build here real quick. I'll let you, at a high level, I'll let you take a peek at that, and then I'll run through the pieces here in just a second. Appreciate you, Tim Healy. Thanks for saying that. So Tech Harain, welcome to the stream, man. I don't think I've seen you on. But yeah, the mask I'm wearing, this bad boy, I actually made this mask. So I made it as a replica to the mask that my character's wearing. So, plus I was actually born with it. Bandito, true and true. If you're a real bandito, you're born with the mask on your face. Wild Dog of Crazy World is in the house, as well as Mad Greek. Well, thank you for joining us. George Allen, if you were playing on Xbox, you could be my friend, man. You could add me for sure. I'm Deathcap3412. Deathcap3412. Always love to add, you know, when you see these live streams, you'll see me inviting you guys in to come play with me, on especially on certain builds. AP in the house. Common item. You know what, Common? I farmed for that too. That's really smart. I like what you're doing there. So Bulwark with repair skills is actually a really strong build. I'm curious on which weapon choice you're gonna take. Remember, shields are gonna get nerfed, so and the reason why I mentioned that is because you could go with the what do you call it? The deflector shield. And then roll skill tiers, and then you got strong heals and strong skill damage. So that's one way to go with that. But it is hard. I've been collecting those too. So this build is around the SVD. Cool fact, we're getting an exotic SVD with the new Season 9 title update 15. So this build will work for that. Use it as a template, a good starting place, and make adjustments with the new gear depending. Anyways, with this SVD, you want to make sure that you have Lucky Shot, because you are really working into those that RPM, and so you want to make sure you don't run out of ammo, and that really does happen. And so play from cover will help you save ammo because of Lucky Shot, and it also gives you a bigger mag, and so that's helping you prevent reloads. Lucky Shot basically helps you prevent reloads, which would be annoying with this. So we have 5-round mag, 10 stability, 10 stability. And so you want stability here. This is great. You're not missing out on any damage again. You're critting at least 3.8, and you saw that we went way higher than that thanks to team buffs. Now, I'm using this digital scope, but you can use whatever scope you want as long as you got some range. I would go no less than 8x scope. But you want the Coyotes mask because that's giving you the extra 25% crit hit chance. By doing that, allows you to run more weapon handling on your build, and you're going to need that. Run Sharpshooter because it gives you that breathe control, really important for basically any long-range weapon. This is also about the chest piece. I really wanted to put together a perfect focus build, and so I'm glad that we were able to make this work out. We did start with Braced. This ended up being better. So Braced was nice. Running solo, I was critting at 2.5 million with Braced, and we were cutting everything down like they were weak trees. But I found a way to get just the same amount of weapon handling, and which allowed us by spreading the weapon handling throughout the gear, and that allowed me to take off Brace and put on Perfect Focus, and we doubled our crit damage basically. So that's why you want to run weapon handling on your build, and you want to run weapon handling on your SVD, which is stability, and then weapon handling everywhere else, so that way you can run Focus, which is OP for this build. And then you got the Grupo holster. It's got weapon handling, Fox's Prayer knee pads. It's got weapon handling, the gloves with weapon handling, and the backpack with vigilance. So the stats, we're max crit chance, basically 140% crit damage, 187% headshot damage, which is why you're running the SVD in the first place, because it's bringing in 112% headshot damage, which something like the M1A cannot bring in. So big deal there. 77% total weapon stability, and that's what's allowed us to achieve those clutch shots. Ooh, look at the God Roll Ninja Bikes. Wow, that's nice. Is that mine? That's mine, huh? Let me share those, because those are sweet. I'm gonna share those. Share those. Share those. There you go, boys. There's an exotic. Somebody take that. Especially you, OG Dancing Bear. Come on, man. I know you need gear. You always tell me you don't, but you gotta need gear. OG says all his stuff is God rolled, and which is, I'm sure it is. I'm just amazed because he's a sort of a new player. You know what I mean? I think, right, OG? 493 tells me you're a new player, and that's absolutely fantastic. If you're already God rolled. So we will be making Ninja Bike knee pads, you know, builds. So look forward to that. I just haven't got to them yet. Just like the Merciless, anything can be made to be good with the right build. You just have to spend the time to, you know, figure out what is the right build for the Ninja Bikes. Q Mosley, do it, do it. So let's see. We do got room for one more. If anybody is interested in joining us, I do got a slot open for one more if anybody wants to. Otherwise, where should we go next? Probably up here to... actually, over here, we need to go to the R&K zone. And I will swing in. Oh, man, that's nice of you to say, Comment. Thanks, man. I mean, I'm not alone though, you know what I mean? I share that love with my community, you know, our community, the community. We're all one. What up, Dragon? Yeah, concussion on the backpack is also good. We could try that too. I meant to do that, but yeah, you know, I'm not alone. There's a lot of us that we've just stuck through it. You know what I mean? Like we're here, and you know, a lot of people bailed on the game. And the difference is that Fly Rook, thanks man for joining us. The difference is that it's just that we love this game so much, and we've tried other games, and they're just not the Division 2. They're disappointing. You know what I mean? They really are disappointing, and it's because there's something really cool about this game, and it's not just the lore part. It's just the atmosphere, the way the weapons handle, the complexity of builds are really cool. You know what I mean? So there's just some really neat things about this game that those other games don't even get close. I mean, Battlefield was nowhere close, you know, to doing what this game did. So, yeah, man. So that's where it comes from. I'm like you guys. I'm just like you guys. We're all the same. You know what I mean? Like, we love this game. But what I've been trying to tell you, like, and maybe it's like a discovery, like, I feel like you have to be extra passionate about to discover it, but you know, devs or no devs, you know what I mean? Like, I was having, man, because of the builds and exploring new ways to play the Division 2, like in more exciting ways, like running solo legendaries, like figuring that out and doing legendaries backwards and challenge builds and stuff like that. Like, I was never bored, you know? I was never bored in this game. It's so much fun, you know? To try, you just have to open your mind, and so that's what I've been trying to teach the community that like, you know, like if you just open your mind to new builds, to these off meta amazing builds, that they should be called meta. They're so off meta that they're meta type builds. Where's my concussion? Then, you know, this game never ends for you. It never ends. You know, so it's really easy to be passionate about this game because for me it never ends. I'm looking for my concussion piece because he had a good point. It's a really, I did set that aside because I wanted to try it, and now I can't find it. Maybe it deleted it. I could just take the same piece and yeah, so I could just roll concussion. So concussion would be really good. So concussion gives you, I think, like 10% weapon damage for 5 seconds, and then when you get a kill, it gives you another 15%. So, you know, it's so it doesn't get disabled, basically. That's what's good about it. But okay, before we try that, what I want to do is, what do I want to do? Maybe should we try a different one of these different variations, like the SOCOM, which is kind of a shitty one. We could try it just for handling though, but I got this one too, which kind of looks interesting, right? Comparison's sake, it's way lower in damage though. Jesus Christ. It's a rifle, that's why. Okay, never mind. Let's try the other one. The SOCOM. So we'll put that one on. Just give it just a test. And then let's see, what do we got here? Crit chance, everything. We don't need crit chance, so let me put this on the more stability. It's got high stability. We don't need stability either though, do we? So we'll leave it as crit chance. So that's the benefit of it, is it's got such high stability. I'll just give it a whirl. It's not as powerful because it's not God roll. It doesn't have damage to targets out of cover, but let's go ahead, boys. We can go run it. And then what I want to do is, I think I want to try like putting on some heals or something like that. We could also try like there was something else I wanted to try. Like, it was with the chest talent. Like, oh yeah, that's right. Taking down the non-perfect, because you do have some inefficiencies with the non-perfect. It depends on how you play, like who you're playing with. Like, if you're playing solo. I really like Lucky Shot with this though. I think no matter which version you go with, you do Lucky Shot. It stops the reload thing from happening a lot. And you're playing from cover anyways. You totally do composure on the back also. This one actually doesn't feel bad. It's pretty comparable. Jesus Christ, who is that? I mean, wow. He tore down 3 of us. He did. Wow, what a beast. That's bullshit though. I'm sorry. That's complete bullshit. Because he's a heavy gunner. He doesn't have that kind of range or accuracy. You know what I mean? Neither of those things. That's the part that I think needs to be fixed. Their range and accuracy on their architect. I mean, come on. I'm running a sniper rifle. You know? I was standing still holding the sniper rifle. There's no way that he should be able to outgun me. He should be missing everything. I mean, the LMG does not have that kind of accuracy. That's been real. Yeah, I tried the G28. That's definitely a no for me. The G28 is a no. Looks good on paper, but it didn't perform. So that's why I'm very suspect on these. So just because they look good on paper, like they might be better on paper, doesn't mean they are. You gotta try them. Trust me. You will feel the difference. Gotta get that guy off that fucking turret. God, I hate how they're protected while behind that turret too. That's also bullshit. I mean, he's completely exposed, and I can't fucking land a shot on him. You know what I mean? So easy to fix that stuff in this game. I mean, you should not be fucking bulletproof behind that turret up there. I mean, God, and his accuracy on that thing. I'm behind cover. I mean, I can't. This is like, Jesus Christ. Somebody take him out. Thank you. Thank you. See, actually, the problem is that we're all grouped up together. That's also the problem, right? So there's nobody taking aggro. We're all taking aggro. Now, BL was really helping us out there because he was up front being a tank, which is a good way to roll. So we're missing damage to targets out of cover. So there's a lot of damage missing on this version, but we're testing out really the handling on it right now. That's really what I'm looking at. Because if you can find one that's comparable to the SVD, that's got a larger mag, you might be able to, you know, I don't know if it makes any sense to use it because the SVD might be the one with the highest damage out of them all. I gotta look again, but see, you see, we just ran out of ammo. So you have to run Lucky Shot. You need that ammo. dude. Get up there. Fucking idiot. Missing that damage right there. It's gonna be. Get out of here, dude. This is my spot. Out of ammo again. I mean, so this one doesn't feel that bad though, you know. I don't. But the thing is like, I'm not feeling. I mean, I'd have to take a closer look, but I'm just not feeling the benefit over losing. I guess the extra power that the SVD comes with, you know. Like if we compare it. So the SVD's got 381, this has got 337. That's, I mean, it's not God rolled, but you know, it's probably gonna be like 350 or 360. So it'll be close, but the SVD definitely stronger. And so I guess what I'm saying is like, I mean, it feels, so the handling wise, it feels about the same, which is good. That's good. That's a pro. What are we looking at RPM wise? 275, so it's faster, technically. Not by a lot, so that's not really matter. We don't really need it to be faster either. It's definitely, it says it's got more handling, but I'm not sure if it actually does, because I can't tell. But it feels good though, either way. Jesus Christ. We're missing that extra damage, and that's hurting us. Those guys to the side of us are fucking cutting us down. It's annoying. They're all bunched up over there too. It's a really annoying place for them to be. God, those guys are annoying. It feels alright though. It doesn't feel as powerful though, that's for sure, and it's not. But we are missing some stats, so I get that part. But I'm just saying, like, it still kind of feels like right there, the fact that he outgunned us is kind of a significant thing. I'm not sure why he outgunned me. Yeah, I mean, is it really because I'm missing damage to targets out of cover? Is it really because my gun's not God rolled? You know, I mean, the other gun that I'm running, the SVD, has Lucky Shot. So the SVD is like, doesn't even, this one's got opportunistic. You understand what I'm saying? So opportunistic versus Lucky Shot. So opportunistic is giving us 30% more weapon damage. And so that should be making up for that lost damage, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's not. So anyways, I'm going by feelings here, like by how it feels, and I could say that I still like the SVD better. I mean, I might need to God roll this out all the way to say, but officially, but just first impressions, it's like, yeah, I'm not feeling the big benefit of the handling and the bigger mag. Also because there's Lucky Shot, but if I put Lucky Shot on this, then that bigger mag would be even nicer. A big mag with Lucky Shot would be nice, right? But Lucky Shot, you don't have to reload so much, but you know, it makes it like almost you probably never reload. Maybe like once a mission. Is that a joke face, Connor? Oh God, really? Somebody threw a grenade over there and landed it? You asshole. That was like an impossible throw. Yeah, I feel like we're not killing anything with this gun right now. I'm more like on fire most of the time.
My burning sun will someday rise. So what am I gonna be doing for a while? Said I'm gonna play with myself. Show them how we come.
You pussy. Oh, I hate when they do that. Anyways, yeah, I'm not that impressed by it. I mean, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. You might like it. It's that good, but the rolls on it are keeping it from being good. But you might like it. It's that close, you know what I mean? But you're exchanging a bigger mag. Here's the deal. You're giving yourself a bigger mag in exchange for damage, right? So you're losing damage for a bigger mag, but you don't really need a bigger mag because in either case you must run Lucky Shot because you will run out of ammo. I'm not talking about reloads. You will literally run out of ammo. Ooh, really good Forge. A Forge with skill damage is really good for the deflector shield. Now the shields we're expecting to get a big nerf, and so the deflector shield might be shitty because of that. Because if it breaks, then you get disorientated, and if you're out in the middle of nowhere, taking on 50 enemies and you're disorientated, then you're, oh shit, don't want to do that. Then you're dead. So, but yeah, so you want that with skill damage for the deflector shield builds, and you can change it to armor on that thing, and it'd be pretty cool. So one thing I want to see is also about putting on like more repairs, the heal up faster when we do take damage. That's gonna be especially important for legendaries, I think, because you know in legendary they're a pain in the ass. Because in those missions you can run out of healing packs to armor kits and all that stuff. So let's take a look at that real quick. Yeah, the blinds. Good job, Tiny. Hey, what's up, Tiny? Tony? Sorry, I call him Tiny. Tony? Tony? Tone. Ooh, that's interesting. While full armor increases total skill repair by 100%. It's that's interesting because it's on an R and K. So let me see, where can I put on? So probably the best piece to replace would be the gloves. Get rid of the damage to armor, or you can lose the extra crits here. Let me see if I got something here. Belso wouldn't be bad. Like having something that just kind of assists wouldn't be bad either. So that's a good one right there, actually. So armor regen and repair skills. I probably wouldn't want to lose all of those stats though. So you know, if I can keep one of the crit damage is probably a good idea. Let's see. You could also try putting on. You know, one cool thing is like you can go really high on damage to armor with this. You see, by running 3 pieces of Araldi, you can put more damage to armor. So I wonder if you run like 3 Araldi, get rid of crits concept would be really interesting. Like no crits, but run the highest damage to armor in the game. We'll do that. I'm not necessarily right now because I'm not that takes getting, you know, farming some pieces that I don't have. I'm looking for, I guess I might have to be the gloves. I might have to get rid of the gloves because I'm looking for some repairs. What I'm looking for is something that's got, like that would be a good piece right there. Yeah. So let me swap that. And then, actually I could probably do that on those holster too. Yep, I can. Actually, let me do it on the holster so we can keep the contractors. Because the contractors give us that damage to armor, which is nice to have. So let's do that. And then what I'll do here is take off this crit damage and put on just one repair skill mod. Alright, and just to boost our skills up a little bit more and see if that's enough. We could try to do more and see if we even miss it. Let's do more and see if we even miss the damage. Might not even notice. Things hit so hard. Okay, let's go to the next one, I guess. Let's see if we heal up nicely. Right on, right on. Make sure you hit the like on this live stream if you haven't done that. So all we did is we took away 24% crit damage in exchange for 40% repair skills. So we're still gonna sit back, but what that's gonna do is just help us, you know, not hide as long as, you know, help us get back into the fight faster, basically. So I got the SVD back on, I think, right? Yeah. All right, let's break some weak points. 1 point, one shot broke that guy's weak point. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, really? What the fuck? Wow. We all got nailed by that. Damn it. I thought I would be out of the fire. That's a bad grenade. Look at that fire going right there. We're like effed up. That was messed up that she did that. Oh my god, we're all dying. From a single lady. Wow. That single grenade lady basically wiped out 3 of us. So I can work my way up here. Got another frag out on me. Fuck. Dig us out of this hole. That's the lady that's gotta die. Look at that range. The one thing you'll have to notice is the range on this thing does outperform the other ones. That weak one. One shot at his weak point. You see that? That right there. That was it. That was the justification we need for the build. We just wiped that big heavy, like, no, it was a heavy named boss. Come on, dude. Get out of... Some hype here. Alan, what's up, man? Yeah, that'd be badass. I would love to have a camper site. That'd be cool, man. The closest thing we have to that is the bighorn, right? But it's not. But it kind of reminds me of that. It would be cool to have a camper site. I don't know. Yeah, they should do that. Good call. Tim Shepard, you're right about the scalpel. I've tried. So the last time I picked up the scalpel, and it was just like, you know, and I realized I should give it like more attention. But anyways, I ended up trying to create one, but it's just, the really hard part is like, you're giving up your ability to headshot kill enemies, right? By adding skill tiers or skill damage. Like, I mean, that's the purpose of a sniper, and so it's really annoying to have a sniper that can't do that, you know? It's because it's got a low RPM on this scalpel, right? So it's not like the SVD where it's got a really high RPM, and you could use it as like a DPS concept, right? Like we're doing now. But the scalpel's not like that. It's more of a traditional sniper, one shot, one kill kind of sniper. And it doesn't have the ability to do that. Plus the handling kind of sucks on it, I gotta say. But no, so I don't have a good build, and I tried, and you know what ended up coming out of it instead was the build called the Decapitator, if you remember that one. The run and gun sniper build without a scope, and I ended up going to the White Death. But so no, I don't have a good build for that, and the same reasons why you don't like it probably. That said, for Future Perfect, I think you're better off running the SVD. Not just saying that, but I was actually thinking about that the other when I was putting this together. It's like, this one actually makes sense, and the reason why is because if you notice, we don't have a damage talent right now. We have a, you know, an efficiency talent, right? So so you can easily run Future Perfect right now, as a matter of fact, and we could even try that and be just as strong. The only catch would be your ammo situation. So that's the catch. Your ammo, you'd be reloading more and you'd have ammo. So, you know, you wouldn't be able to spam the trigger as much. You'd have to be more selective on your shots. But I don't know, like thinking about it now, and thinking about it though, like, yeah, so I wouldn't, you know, so the answer is no, and it'll stay no on the scalpel for now. But as far as a Future Perfect sniper, you would be better off running in a high RPM sniper. It doesn't have to be the SVD. You might be better off. It might be a good use case to actually go for the ones with the bigger mag, like the SOCOM one we were looking at a second ago. So this one would work, but you would have a lot of reloads, and that'd be annoying because it's got a small mag. So it works now with what we're using because we're using Lucky Shot. But if you put like like if you take this MK20, I would totally do it on the MK20. Put on Future Perfect on this MK20. And then that would allow you to keep focus on your chest. And then you could probably put on some, whatever you're going to do. Are you going to use heals? Or are you going to do skill damage? Usually you go heals. I think that they're kind of more like... I think what the devs had in mind, of course, you can do whatever you want. But I think what the devs had in mind were healers for healing. So, again, going down to kind of the team support concept, right? Because you're sitting back, you're sniping fools, you're not taking damage. You're too far out for skills, really. You know what I mean? Your turret wouldn't be effective at the range you are. You understand? So, with snipers, you're going to be playing deep. And so your turret doesn't do well at deep. It needs to be in close proximity to do well. So, that's why you don't want to run, like... I mean, you could run an attack drone. You could use that. But if you send it out real far away, the attack drone, you know, kind of wanders. And so that's the reason why you don't want to do that. You want to keep it sort of nearby so it doesn't wander and get itself killed. That said, I feel like the best thing, if you're going to go skill, on a sniper build, I think you're better off being like a healer. So you can send out your healer drone or a hive or... you know, shoot a chem when somebody really needs it. You know what I mean? And the reason why I also say that is because, like, the designated hitter is a healing sniper. I'm not a big fan of it, but, you know, I think that's maybe a better designated hitter build is basically what you'd be creating. That's kind of a nice shotgun. Vindictive. Yeah, good question. But, yeah, so I was thinking about it. It did come to mind, actually, when I was... putting together the SVD. I was like, you know what? And I think it's because I was farming marksmans and I got a scalp. I think that might be why it came to mind. And I was like, oh, you know what? This build would actually make sense to put on Future Perfect. Also because we're not running a damage talent. So... You do, it's just not enough. It's a good point. You do get ammo, but it's only 5 rounds, Dragon. So it's just not enough because, I mean, we're not, for a regular sniper like a Mantis or a Nemesis, it's all the ammo you could possibly need. You know what I mean? Look at that, another skill damage. But for the SVD, I mean, it's got such a high rate of fire. You're putting out so many shots that it's not enough. You need something like Gunner. Yeah, everybody's getting PDRs. That's a nice PDR. A couple of PDRs came out of that. So that's the thing. So we just put on the heal thing. I didn't even notice. You guys probably didn't either. So we sacrificed damage for heals. And I bet nobody even noticed. You know what I mean? Like, I just couldn't really feel the difference. It'd be hard to... I think in order to really change up this build, you really got to change it up, like, big time, you know? Like, go all into damage to armor would be kind of interesting, too. Or what about if let's try this. Let's run... I'm gonna not run Obliterate. I'm looking for this one here. Let's run Brace. Let's get rid of Focus, just so we can see. I mean, this is gonna be insane. So we got 69 stability plus 45, so that's gonna take us over. Let's see, we'd be at 113% stability now. So with that, we could take away this crit chance. Let's. I know it's gonna be less damage, but if we can land more shots, let's see what that does. Let's experiment. Let's play around. So that takes so 140% there, and then stability is at 69. So I could take off the more stability for crits, but I don't want to do that right now because the idea is to just go crazy on the stability and see if it helps. Now, from what I could tell before, I had Brace at 95% with Brace, the build at 95% with Brace, and it felt like it was too much stability. Like, I dropped it to 85%, and I felt like that was, I guess, the perfect amount. 85% felt perfect. And so I suspect this will be too much, and so we're not going to get value out of it over 85%. So we'd have a like 30% waste here, 35% waste, but we'll see. The one thing I wish we could have was like the unlimited decoy thing with this build. That would be super handy.
Civilians in distress.
Wait for these guys to get here real quick. Let me post this build so you can see what I changed. So this is a change up. I just added the Grupo, basically, which has got braced instead of focus. So we're gonna lose a lot of damage, I gotta say, but we're gonna gain a lot more stability.
Civilians in danger.
So I will be live streaming tonight on Twitch, most likely on Twitch. So look forward to that. So there's a nice little box right here. I think. Oh yeah, that feels actually pretty good. Remember these enemies? Oh, really? Wow. Who threw that? You know? Just no, it couldn't have been him. It was either rifle guy. Gotta get pinned down a lot with this build.
Reinforcements en route.
See that? They won't come out of cover. Still does really well though, right? So we just got rid of focus, which was bringing us 60% weapon damage, and we're still cutting them. Still one-shotting weak points too. So, but I say that about sniper builds. The sniper class is really powered high. You know, you got a lot of room to make changes. I always run handling on my sniper builds. Always run handling, because like, why not? It's the best thing you can do. Efficiency is the best thing you can add to a sniper build, more than survivability. You're playing too deep. Like, we don't need armor. I mean, every now and again you take punches and it sucks, but you're so deep. You're like, you know, your little slow little healer, it'll do the job. You know? Yeah, I almost like the X-ray handling. It just makes it even more fun. Because it's just like, you pump more shots into him. They're less powerful shots, but as you can see, we're still doing the job. And it's nice to be more accurate. Probably having to put 1 or 2 extra more shots into these guys, but it's okay. You're so strong, it's okay. That's what I'm saying. So like, you know, there's room on this build for whatever you want to do, you know? If you want armor, on kill, do it. But, you know, I play a little too deep. I'm playing pretty deep, so I don't feel like I need it. But if you want it, add it. I mean, maybe it's not, you don't have it most of the time, but every now and again when you do need it, you got it. So, you know, for that reason alone, like if you wanted to run like, get rid of the Petrov gloves and run, actually we'll make that change. Like, let me do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the Fox's Prayers. What I'm gonna put on instead are these really high Emperor's Guards. So look at these. So we're gonna get armor, armor regen, more armor regen, and then skill duration. Skill duration is gonna help my healer stay up longer. And then we're gonna get all the armor regen underneath the heals, but we also just gave ourselves an armor core too. So, and we're running braced, right? And we're running braced. So, think about that. Let's see how we, as we cut fools down from afar. Oh, who's up here with me? Jesus Christ, where'd you come from? Ah! Come on! Fucking 6 guys around here and he's shooting at me. I don't get that shit sometimes, you know what I mean? Alright, let's get back into business. So with this setup, like realistically, I probably would add back on focus, you know, because I put those knees on. And so I wouldn't want, like, God, but this build is still doing really well. Where's this person? There. Still does pretty well. So, you know, I'm just rethinking about what I was about to say. Like, taking out the losing the damage and for the handling and the heals is probably what it's gonna do. Though is like you're using more ammo than you would because of that, and then even though you're killing really well, you're just gonna end up running out of ammo, and that's probably where you'd get in trouble. But it's working. See? I mean, this is full squad, right? 4 guys, so they're pretty tanky there. Come on, hold still so I can just kill you. Like I say, it is taking a couple extra shots, but at least I got something really nice accuracy going on here. I'm gonna have to get rid of that medic because he is waking everybody up. Ah, oh, out of here, weirdo! Jumping up here with your riot foam. You can just shoot somebody instead. Weirdo. See if that armor gen helps here, right? So kinda, I don't know. Or efficient would probably be a bit better, huh? Let's get the extra armor kits. I bet you that's a good use case for efficient if you don't want to run braced. Oh god, I got the angle on it right there. Really? That turret's got an angle too? Jesus Christ. And I'm out of ammo, yep. Yeah, so doing some experiments like this could just kind of tell you, like, how much power do I have and what can I do with it? It's probably overkill with the Murakami. But something in between what we're doing, and it would probably still help. I'm using this, it's the paratrooper, yeah. Not the commando. I don't know, I mean, I think the commando, what do you think about the commando? I mean, I tried it a long time ago, and it didn't really work out for me. Has anybody used it and liked it? So I didn't spend a lot of time with it. It was just like quick first impression feeling. Felt it out real quick. But yeah, Lucky Shot is the one thing that you can't. I don't think you can really get rid of. Whatever marksman rifle you use, if you choose one of the other ones, it doesn't matter. It's just that they don't give you enough ammo with marksman rifle build loadouts. There's just not enough ammo provided. Oh, that's an interesting Gila. Let's see if somebody else wants it. Oh, what? Somebody's shooting at me from afar. Which one are you using, Parker? I'll take a look. Parker's got. So yeah, he's using it too. Oh yeah. Oh no, he's using this one. Okay, gotcha. You like it? You like it or what? What's your call? You must like it if you're running it. Raymond, what up, man? Yeah, Raymond, I tried the G28, and for me it was a no-go. But on paper, you're exactly right. We were having I've mentioned this a couple times throughout the streams. Like the G28 on paper, and I had a God Rolled one too, and I just decided it wasn't the right one for me. On paper, it's got, it does. It's got a bigger mag, but on paper it says it's got better handling. But when I used it, and then I used the SVD, I was like, it doesn't feel like it's got better handling. It felt worse, actually. But you look at the stats, and it says, nope, it definitely says it's got better handling. It's not lying to me, you know. And so the difference is really, it's what I've broken down to is the shooting pattern. Basically, it's the cadence of the fire, the way it fires. And so the recoil pattern, I guess is a way to say it too, right? So like, that's the difference in the, so although on paper the handling looked better, but when you were shooting it, the cadence of it was just like, it's a little bit worse. It wasn't a lot. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't a lot worse. It just wasn't better. So it wasn't worth losing the power, but like I said, like, it's totally preference from here, you know. The SVD, like, just hands down, there's a couple of benefits. Let me pull up the G28, see if I still have it. I might have deleted it. So I got two paratroopers here. I got one, a damage to armor and future perfect. So we're gonna try that one too. That might be cool. It's a little early. I'm not sure I can squeeze that future perfect build in here for sure, because in this live stream, I'd really want to take it to a different direction. It could be a couple hours working on that build. Where is it? Yeah, I think I deleted that G28 shoot. I don't think I see it, right? I had a God Rolled one. I keep God Rolled G28s a lot. Yeah, shoot. Let me see if I got the, maybe it's in here. Oh, I deleted it. But yeah, no, it looks good on paper. So same thing with this SOCOM, right? Like it's the same thing. So you lose damage on the SOCOM. The SOCOM is the one on the left, right? So it's not God rolled, but either way you're gonna lose damage. But look at the handling and stability, you know? But the G28 is just like the SOCOM, and at the very end, I think that makes a difference. See that steep drop off on the SOCOM, the one on the left, the orange line? So it goes out a little further straight out and then it drops hard. The SVD's got basically more range in that back half, that back 20 basically, right? You're putting out more damage on that back 20. And I think that makes a big difference. It might not look like it, like on paper, you're like, oh, it's just this little blah, blah, blah. But no, you're playing deep. You're playing deep, and that makes a difference. That's why you're running this thing. You're running this thing for the back half, not the front. You don't care about the front. For me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care about the 0 to 50, the 0 to 40. You know, 0 to 25. Let's just say that. I don't care about the 0 to 25. I care about everything that's happening after 25 meters, right? So that strong straight line that says, okay, well, you know, you're good to about 60 meters, and then boom, it hits hard. But you'd be surprised 60 meters is not that far in this game. You're definitely shooting deeper than that. And the game is really deceiving because they may look closer, but they're actually really far out. You know, and so I think so my point is like you're playing for that deep range. So I feel like to have that sharp drop off at 60 to 80 meters there. So between 60 and 80 meters, you have an extreme drop off, and then after 80 meters, you have no damage. So I feel like you need that. You know, let's look at the Mantis. So the Mantis is just like this, a little better, but just like this. So this performs as good as the Mantis. And some people say that the Mantis has a very poor range. So that's saying something. So, you know, you don't want to go less than the Mantis. And then the Nemesis is basically like the G28 in the SOCOM. A little more power up to 80 meters, but I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to say how it all really pans out, but you know, I'm definitely speculating. But go with how it feels. You know, I think the SVD is a community fave. There were a lot of reasons why people picked this back in the day for the raids, and you know, it was sort of the OP build for raids, and you know, whatever else people were using it for. So I think it's got its reasons. Let's go out 50 here. 50 meters feels pretty far, but when you're in scope, it's not, you know? But do you see that kick? So no matter how much weapon handling, it's gonna have that recoil in there. That's the pattern. That has nothing to do. Look at this, okay, this is over 100% because I'm running braced. So we have over 105% stability, and it's still kicking. You see that kick? You can run all the stability you want, and it's not gonna fix that. That is the recoil pattern. So that's why I'm saying, like, at a certain point, you just, you know, they're all gonna feel the same. Now I'm running this one to see what its recoil pattern is like. This is supposed to have more, but it doesn't feel like it. You see that? It feels worse. Look at the handling and stability on that. Okay, now let's compare it to the SVD. SVD's on the left, SOCOM's on the right, SOCOM's equipped. SOCOM's got way better stability, right? Okay. Actually, let's look at how much stability it does have. Oops. It might not show on paper. 51, yeah, so it's got 91. But the stats show it's better. There's way more misses. Way more misses downrange. It's just weird. So that's just what I'm talking about. Some of it is just going to come down to the fire pattern, how the weapon fires. So if I add these stabilities on, it's going to top it out. You see that? But let's give it a try. Doesn't feel better. You see those tracers going outside? So yeah, some of it's just a shot pattern. Yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird when you get down to that. So a lot of it you're just gonna have to try out and go with the one that you think is the best. But for me, the SVD is just, it just feels good. It feels good down there. Look at that. See that? Those tracers are going right down the middle. It's got a tighter shot pattern. But on paper, it's weaker. On paper, it's got less stability, is what I mean by weaker. But it does have more damage. So, you know, there's that. Hey, Lorenzo. Right on, OG. Right on the Twitch. It'll be way later. Probably, but you're on the Eastern time zone, so I think it'll line up. I might be doing the second character tonight, if you're down to do second characters. Either be doing that or be working on a another SVD build. I got a bunch of videos, guys, I'll be working on over the next week or two, so lots to cover. Not even just the PTS stuff. Some of the PTS stuff, you know, I'll squeeze in videos here or there, but that stuff is all in development, and it's gonna change dramatically. So I think the only stuff that I'll be showing will basically be I'll be showing, like, just so you kind of get an idea of what's going on. I think that I just want to keep you guys included. All right, but I'm not going to be doing like this full-on in-depth PTS stuff. The reason why is because all of that stuff is going to change. It's going to change, like, you know, a lot, especially the game mode, right? Especially the game mode. So, but like what I will be doing is I'll give you guys a rundown on the new gear once they release that. We'll check out this exotic and check out that exotic as much as I can, you know. So I'll be reliant on all of you banditos that are playing on your PCs to help me collect some of that data and footage. So otherwise, here's the build that we worked on today, except I'm going to put it back to the original, which was Fox's Prayers, and then we were running, where to go, this one, boom. And then we had a crit damage here. There we go. So here's the original build. Run it just like this. Start here. Oops, I actually had a Grupo here. You can totally go improvise, but Grupo is easier for people. So anyways, this is the original build. So start with this. Test it other high RPMs. You have to have Lucky Shot or you'll run out of ammo flat out. And you can't run Gunner, because you need that breathe control. That breathe control is part of this build. That's part of what allows you to pull that trigger fast. Aged Milk in the house, as well as Robotum. Yeah, Overlord's another way to go. Yeah, good call. So if you run 3 pieces Overlord, good call. You can get that weapon handling plus accuracy. I found I didn't need the accuracy as much. That's why I didn't go that route, but it's a good way to, it's totally a way to go too. So good thinking. You can also run 2 pieces of Petrov, right? Get another 10% weapon handling that way. So lots of different ways to do it. Lots of different ways to do it. I agree with that. But this is keeping focus is a good way to go. I do recommend staying with focus. Now you don't have to have perfect focus, but because it happens to be Iraldi, it's just a nice version. The Coyote's Mask, I think, is a really important part of this, because if not, then you're gonna have to roll crit chance on places where you have weapon handling. So this is what allows you to run weapon handling, because it's giving you 25% crit hit chance. And then Foxes, you don't have to run the Foxes, but that damage to targets out of cover is really nice. Same thing here. So both of these are giving you more multiplicative damage on top of the weapon damage big perk you're getting from Focus. So this is the Contractors for damage to armor. And then Vigilance. Now we were talking about Concussion. You could totally use Concussion. It's another way to go. Concussion's a great way to go. Same with Composure. It's all about they're all about gonna even at the end of gameplay. It's gonna even out. The only thing that's nice about Vigilance is that when you need that little extra burst for whatever reason, maybe you're getting rushed or something like that, then it does come in handy having 25 instead of 15 at the get-go. That's why I like it. So yeah, and then again, I got the stability mods. So it's, I guess for stats, you know, we're at max crit chance with the Coyote, 139 crit hit damage, 187% headshot damage. But what's important is the 77% stability. I find that the perfect number is 85%. So if I had the ability to get to 85%, then I would. The only thing that's keeping me holding me back is having a better backpack to do that. If I had this backpack with weapon handling instead of crit damage, then that would be the one to run. So we're close. That's the only thing. So, but it still works like the way I have it. Don't do anything. Keep it running just like this. You're fine. But for me, like having just a little bit more weapon handling makes it amazing. Just because you can span a trigger even more. So a lot of fun. This is a must-have build for today, for 2022, for Season 9, for Title Update 15, for the new exotic SVD. I'll leave you there, and I will catch you guys on Twitch later tonight. Peace!
Tuxedo out.